Greetings and welcome to the Gadget 360 show. My name is Rajiv Makhni, but the name of the show today is all about excitement, and we're going to talk to some incredible people, talk about incredible gadgets, review them and bring them to you. We'll start off with an air purifier that I think is quite a game changer, and especially at a time like this. We'll get the hottest male in town, Sabeer Bhatia, yes, the man that started Hotmail, will be joining me right here in studio. Then we'll move on to the Sonos Roam. Once again, Sonos with its brilliant sound signature, with everything else that it does in terms of room-to-room audio, now comes up with something that is super portable. And once we've got your air right, we've got you a new thing that Sabeer Bhatia is starting off right, we'll also move on to something that is going to get your body right. Yes, Hypervolt comes up with a hyper percussion massage gun, and we'll tell you all about that. Let's start off with the Gadget 360 show today.
Apple, for the first time, will start selling spare parts and tools to the general public so that they can start performing their own repairs to iPhones and Macs. Parts for iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 will be available initially, which will be followed by parts for repairing Mac computers featuring M1 chips. The initial phase of the program will be providing parts for most of the commonly serviced modules, which include iPhone display, battery and camera. Parts for additional repairs will be available later next year. And after the repair of the users return the damaged and used parts that have been replaced for recycling, they will receive credit for the next purchase. The program will start in the US early next year and will be expanded to other countries throughout the year.
Our top story today is an air purifier from Cuckoo. This is coming in from Modicare. This is a Korean company that's come into India through Modicare. And some of the things that this particular device has are very, very interesting. For instance, the kind of filter it uses, the fact that it's actually got something right on top, a handle to carry the air purifier around, and everything else that they've built into it. Very interesting, especially for a time where we have AQI levels all over India, especially North India, absolutely gasping for breath. Could this be the solution? Let's take a look.
Another week, another great air purifier which will help you breathe easier and better in the time where the air gets worse every day. We will talk about the Modicare Cuckoo Air Purifier, an air purifier from an amazing brand based out of Korea, launched in collaboration with Modicare in India. What is different about it? What does it bring to the table that others don't? Answers to everything in our review. The Modicare Cuckoo Air Purifier has been designed with form and function in mind. The purifier comes in a beautiful white color that fits right into any home. It comes with mesh on front, a latch to open up and replace the filters on the back, and a control panel on the top. The control panel has LED light indicators around it, which indicate the quality of the air in the room in real time. The control panel offers touch-sensitive controls for quick response. One can easily adjust the quality of the air, enable the timer function, or the child lock. There is also a button to enable the auto mode, which is made possible by the pollution sensor inside the purifier. This makes it work on its own whenever the purifier detects pollution in the air. When it comes to automatic purification, it can also continue to purify the air every 30 minutes. The purifier can detect the health of the filter, which lasts for 1 year and can be easily removed from the latch on the back. This also means the machine generates no waste and maintenance is limited to just changing the filter once every year. Up top around the control panel is a handle that can be used to easily move the purifier around the house. The purifier, along with all of its handy features, is also effective when it comes to its core job. It can clean up 99.97% airborne particles, allergy-causing allergens, and dust. As for the viruses in the air, they also get caught in the filter. And with the presence of a UV light inside, they are killed with 100% effectiveness. The Modicare Cuckoo Air Purifier can easily clean in an area of 526 square feet. With all of the possible great features and amazing performance, the purifier is priced well too.
It is currently available at a price of $18,999.
Hence, looking at everything Cuckoo has done right with this air purifier, it is incredibly easy for us to recommend it to everyone.
So now that we found out so much about the air purifier, let's speak to Sameer Modi, founder of Modicare. Sameer, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Congratulations on the launch of a new device. Now, what do you think this brings in, this air purifier that you're launching in the Indian market? What does this bring in different from all the others in the market?
Rajiv, you already know that we operate in the direct selling industry, and this is the introduction we want to make in Modicare. I looked at air purifiers all across the world, all companies that exist and make air purifiers, and found that the Cuckoo air purifier is one of the best. They are Korea's #1 home appliance brand, and therefore I feel that this is the air purifier that's ideal for India.
Tell us, Sameer, why have you got in an air purifier as a category into Modicare?
Modicare, over the years, has developed products that make a difference. Wellness is a very big category for us. Today, almost 35% of the Modicare portfolio and turnover comes from wellness. India, pollution is a big problem. Last year alone, we had 1.7 million premature deaths. And this number over the years hasn't gone down. The advantage for Modicare is that we have a large consultant base of over 50 lakh people who also have a larger consumer base of consumers. They're able to demonstrate, they're able to share their experiences, and they're able to talk about this air purifier, which is again very different from how air purifiers are sold in the market.
And Sameer, tell me, now that you've brought in a technology innovation device into the Modicare portfolio, other than air purifiers, will we see a lot more coming in at Modicare?
My focus in the past few years has been health, because health is wealth. COVID has shown us that health is the most important thing. Modicare's current portfolio accounts for almost 35% of our turnover. Last year alone, we launched close to 50 products in the wellness category. And as the years go by, we will continue to launch more and more products in wellness. Whether it is workout products, whether it's health supplements, whether it's weight loss, whether it's energy boosters, whether it's immunity boosters, as well as using our old technologies of Ayurveda, using the principles that we used to make products, marrying them with modern technology.
In a world where tech makes the biggest headlines, I have the biggest of all of those. The hottest male in the world is with me, of course, Sabeer Bhatia of Hotmail. Well, I don't know whether I should only introduce you as that, but I think that is the easiest way to get everybody introduced that you're here in India, and you're here with us at NDTV. Sabeer, thank you so much for joining us today. I know that you've come here for a very, very important purpose, which is your brand new venture, Showreel. So I'm going to get started with that. Of course, lots to talk about, but let's first find out about Showreel. What is Showreel? Why do you think it's a game changer? You've called it, something that will change the world of careers and jobs forever. What is it that you feel is so strong about Showreel?
Well, the pandemic brought upon us 1 billion people who are without a job. And Showreel is an attempt to capture who they are as human beings and as professionals by doing a virtual interview with them. Okay. And the idea for Showreel came about when I saw my 8-year-old daughter effortlessly make TikTok videos for entertainment.
Okay.
And so the idea here is, why can we not use video for a socially positive reason, which is help us, help people make professional videos about themselves as people, as human beings, and as professionals. So in Showreel, I ask them questions that any interviewer would ask them, and try to capture who they are as human beings, and thereby enabling them to make a showreel of our interaction virtually through the app. This need not be limited to just professional videos. I help people make, personal videos, startup videos, if they've got a great startup idea. And in doing so, capture their thought processes and their ideas on video, which I think is the future of content consumption.
Okay, so let's understand this. So suppose I'm the one who's making my showreel. I'm looking for a job. Okay, so I go in out there, open the app out. I go into the right area, which would be the section that I need to go. As you described, there are multiple ways. And then you would start asking me, you would start asking me questions. So it's as if I'm talking to you. It's a one-to-one. You're there.
Yes.
As a video, and then I answer, and then the app makes a showreel out of all that I've said, and that's then what I send out to people, making a printed CV or a digital CV redundant. Do I get this right?
Yes. And in fact, you can augment your printed CV with this interaction with me by putting a QR code on your printed CV that goes back to the actual video interview.
Okay.
So I ask basic questions, simple questions like tell me your name, what is your educational background, what kind of work experience have you had, what is the hardest problem that you have solved, how do you like to spend time outside of work. Very simple, straightforward questions which are asked in any interview.
Right.
But how people answer these tells a future employer everything about them.
Okay. But what's the add-on? You said that you got inspired by this because you saw TikTok being used by your daughter and realized what an incredible platform even short video can be. What else does this app do? Are there other add-ons to it? Can I do something else with my CV? What is it that I get from this app that I wouldn't get if I just recorded a video on my own and kept it as a digital video CV? What's the add-on?
Fantastic question. I in fact launched a version of this app that only asked text-based questions. And the short answer to your question is, most people are not actors. They cannot look at a camera and just speak.
Right.
But if I turn that same thing around and ask somebody a question, conversation is natural to us. We've been conversing as human beings for the past 100,000 years. All of a sudden, people open up. And I did this with 25 individuals, friends and family. I did a Zoom interview with them wherein I asked them only 8 questions, the same 8 questions that I have on my app.
Okay.
And the kind of data and response I got was mind-blowing. 10 times richer content than what you find on a LinkedIn profile. So what I'm doing is really creating a video version of LinkedIn. As simple as that, by asking real questions.
Okay. Thank you, Sabeer. Thank you so much, and we wish you the best of luck. And right after this, I'm going to go and make a showreel for myself.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Sabeer.
you so much.
Thank you so much for being with us. Now let's move on to the Sonos Roam. Sonos, of course, making a big, huge advancement in India. Their entire portfolio now available, but this is one of their smallest ever. Portable, gives you about 10 hours of battery life, has an IP rating, which is also very, very good. But eventually, the main thing is, how does it work? How is the utility of the entire thing? What's the sound signature like? So the good part, of course, works on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so it is truly and absolutely portable. It's not as if you go out of your Wi-Fi network and it doesn't work. Sonos absolutely famous for their typical Sonos incredible sound signature. Great clarity, low, mid, high, everything. We found the bass a little bit lacking. I wouldn't say it's lacking in terms of, it's not there. The thump is not there. Of course, with the app and the equalization, you can actually take it to whatever you like. But if we kept it at default, I think because of the size, maybe the bass was a little less, but the clarity was absolutely fantastic. Here's our review.
Sonos speakers we have seen so far are big, loud and meant to be used around the house. But the one we're going to talk about today is different. This is the Sonos Roam, a small speaker that can tag along anywhere with the user. But with the Sonos name, it also brings a promise of incredible sound, great features and a high price tag. And with this review, you will find out whether it comes through on all these promises or not. As said earlier, the Roam is a very small speaker as compared to the previous products seen from Sonos. But it is different only in size, as it carries the same signature color scheme and design that we have come to expect from Sonos. The speaker can be placed both horizontally or vertically. The back has a USB-C port for charging and a power button. When placed vertically, the top has buttons to control the music. The plus and minus buttons are meant to increase or decrease the volume. The button in the middle is used to play or pause tracks. Double tapping it changes to the next song and triple tapping it to the previous song. A small LED light right above the logo indicates the speaker is powered on. The design looks good while also being durable. The speaker can take a few drops on the floor like a champ. And it is also sealed well enough to earn itself an IP67 rating for water and dust resistance. So you can easily place it by the shower or near a pool. The Roam is set up through the Sonos app. It needs a setup as it is capable of streaming music through Wi-Fi along with its functionality as a Bluetooth speaker. When the sound is compared, listening to music streamed on Wi-Fi has much more volume. However, we experience repeated connection drops when used in such a way. With a few firmware updates, this issue was eventually fixed. The user has the choice of selecting music via the Sonos app or using Spotify Connect or AirPlay 2. Coming to the most important part of any speaker, the sound on the Sonos Roam is excellent. The focus here is clarity and volume, and that is where the speaker shines the most. The highs are crisp, the mids and vocals are clear, the texture of the sound is reproduced extremely well. But what can be lacking initially is the bass, which is an obvious result of a small size. But after messing a bit with the EQ, it can be brought up to a reasonable amount. The great sound lasts only up to 75% volume. Beyond that, the highs and mids distort other frequencies, making the sound less than ideal. But right up to 75%, the sound remains excellent and clear. Something you wouldn't expect from a speaker that is so small. The speaker with its small size has a battery life of 10 hours. While it is not at all as much as what other speakers can provide, it can be charged in more than one way. Apart from charging through the USB-C port, the speaker can also wirelessly charge through any wireless charger when it is placed on one vertically. Sonos also separately sells a magnetic wireless charging base for it. The Sonos Roam, despite the lack of excellent battery life, looks, performs and feels like an amazing little speaker. And above everything else, it offers all the functions every other big Sonos product does. And for the price of $19,999 with everything the speaker can do, we will firmly recommend this for everyone looking for a small but great sounding speaker.
Let's take a quick break right now on the show. When we come back, lots more happening on the Gadget 360 show. Now let's move on to one category that I absolutely love. The more I get my hands on this particular category, the more I love it. And these are massage guns, percussion massage guns, hyper percussion massage guns. And one company that's been doing it for a very, very long time has finally come into India is Hyperice. This is their Hypervolt. World famous. A lot of athletes, top line athletes use this. They've got a whole roster of very famous celebrity athletes and everybody else that uses it. But is it just hype? Do massage guns work? Is this really one of the best? Well, that's what we're about to find out.
Sour and tight muscles is an extremely common problem post-workout, and a product made just to deal with this is Hyperice's Hypervolt Percussion Massaging device, a powerful massage gun meant to efficiently deal with internal knots and sour muscles in spots both hard and easy to reach. And today in our review, we find out the answer to the most important question. Is it worth it? The Hypervolt Percussion Massager comes in a dual-tone design with silver and black, all in a matte finish. It has two switches, one near the battery and a button right underneath the barrel of the massage gun. The base has an LED ring light that lights up whenever the massager is switched on to indicate the battery left, which gives it a modern and edgy design. On the front of the massager is a holder of attachments that massage the muscles. Along with the one pre-attached, there are 4 other attachments. When the machine is switched on, the attachments oscillate back and forth at speeds up to 3200 RPM to massage the user's muscles after an intense workout. The oscillation starts when the button under the barrel is pressed once. The user can choose a speed out of the 3 available speeds on the machine. The speed modes can be cycled through by pressing the same button again and again. The lowest speed is enough for most of the sore muscles one experiences. Out of all the 5 attachments, the one we found the most effective for almost all of the areas was the 2-inch foam ball attachment. It is firm enough to work into large muscles while also remaining soft enough for muscles in calves or forearms. The other attachments also include a double-pronged fork, a pointed 1-inch plastic barrel, and a blunt plastic disc. Unlike most of the bigger massage guns, the Hypervolt is smaller and runs much quieter. The massager also comes with Bluetooth, through which the user can easily connect it to a smartphone through the Hyperice app. The app needs to know the kind of workouts that the user does and accordingly suggests the recovery exercises the user needs to perform with the massager. Whenever the user starts the recovery exercise, the app controls the intensity of the massager and also provides the user directions to use the massager in the recovery exercise through a video. The battery on the massage gun lasts for 3 hours at medium speed. This usually lasts for an entire week, but this can easily vary based on how bad the muscles get after the workout. Even if the battery gets exhausted, one can easily plug the massager into a wall outlet. It charges up fast and the battery does not need to be removed from the massage gun. The Hypervolt Percussion Massager is quite the product. It works great, operates quietly and powerfully. The Bluetooth connection and app add a whole lot of smartness to the recovery process and helps the user recover in the correct way. And for the price of $33,999, it is worth it for the athletes and fitness-focused individuals who want a smart massager to assist them with muscle recovery and getting rid of soreness.
Well, that then was the Gadget 360 show for this week. But do join me next week. We've got an incredible lineup of products.